Hey everyone, it's Andrew again, your high performance coach, stuntman, athlete, and YouTuber now. Welcome to the channel, and thanks again for following everything in the previous past. Today we'll be talking about, today we'll be talking about injuries, delays, setbacks, and how to mentally overcome that. We're talking about the mental health approach of it and how to just know how to comfort ourselves and put ourselves in the right place. And just 3 tips on how to get ourselves better. And thank you for being part of the channel and liking and subscribing. Thank you for watching through the playlist. I really appreciate that. Let's get into the program. So we've been going on through this path of just being socially aware, spatially aware, and just mentally aware of just like everything around us, our surroundings and the people that affect us, how we're affected by the people, etc. Right? So this time we're going to be focused on a couple things. So if you're going through like a setback or delay or like an injury, like I said in the beginning, the first thing you want to look at is like the things that you can control, right? Because in a situation, where like you honestly cannot physically do something, or maybe whatever it is, you cannot actually contribute your regular like contributions to something, and it's being blocked or temporarily like temporarily withheld, then you just got to look at all the options that you have that you can control around you. So for me, here's an example. I sprained my finger about 2 days ago training, and that didn't mean that I had to end up stop training. And now I just worry about like core exercises and lower back exercises and leg exercises and balance drills, working on tricks with my hand, maybe like spinning the bow staff, or you know what I mean? So that's a minor little thing that you could do when you're going through your little setbacks. Now I know a lot of you have probably gone through or are going through a major injury or a major impact in your life that it's going to be a long time, maybe like 12 months to 2 years to recover from this. So I just want to let you know that you're going to make it through and everything's all right, and everything is incredible right now because we're in the best time in human life to be going through any kind of illness, unwellness, or any kind of unhealthiness, right? We have the best hospitals, the best medical facilities. We understand the human psyche the best as it ever been, and it's just getting better and better, especially now that humans are collaborating with AI and finding deeper paths and deeper ways of like recognition and recovery, right? So don't be so hard on yourself. If the injury was up to you or it was a decision you made, don't be so hard on yourself, right? And if it was a sports or accidental injury, things happen. That's part of the game. That's part of the sport. So just embrace it. We all go through injuries, whether they're minor or major. And at the end of the day, it's not the injury that's affecting you now. It's how you recover from the injury and how you really show the world how much of a champion you are, because champions bounce back. They don't wallow in their sorrow, and they might need a day or two to stay in their bed, or they might need some time to like recover, but they come back. They always bounce back. And that's what I want you guys to get in the habit of, is bouncing back. That's really important. Okay. So setbacks often feel overwhelming because they take away your sense of control. Focusing on actionable steps within your reach restores confidence and momentum. So yeah, if you injure your leg, work on your arms. If you injure your head, rest, maybe work on your hands, work on your toes, work on your feet, yeah. I just know it from a sports perspective. I'd love to use it from like a social perspective, but this channel isn't for that. So actionable tips that I could tell you is shift attention to aspects you can influence, right? So things in your life you can influence, they'll give you that positive reinforcement. Whether it's rehabilitation, skill development, or strategizing for the future. For example, use downtime to refine other skills to explore alternative roles in your field. So like I know a lot of times when if I'm injured and say for instance I do get a stunt gig or an acting gig or some sort of media gig and I can't perform, I'd either try to adjust my performance to around that injury, or if it's severe, then I'd have to take a secondary role, like a safety role, or I'd have to find like second unit director or stunt coordinator assistant, or whatever it is, fight choreographer. Sometimes you got to take a step back just to like help the team take a step forwards. during your time of peril. There's always going to be moments of opportunity, so don't be so down in these moments, right? Step number 2, refine success during recovery, right? And that's what it is. Like, in that time, say for instance, you did break your arm. At that time, you could be practicing your squat game, you could be practicing your lunge game, your box jumps, controlled, not too high. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of things to do, like your balancing game. Like, a lot of things are available. And during that time of recovery, usually for a break is 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the severity. Um, After that 7 weeks, you're a totally different athlete. You're more refined, you're more controlled. If you've worked on that skill diligently for that time, when your arm comes back and you're able to get into that game or that play, you're going to be absolutely unstoppable and another level up from who you were, right? So, why it helps when injuries or delays occur. Traditionally, definitions of success may no longer apply, right? But redefining goals keeps you motivated and engaged. And yes, you could still be successful or end up achieving your successes while in these states of injury, right? So a lot of bad things usually will come along with an injury or a delay or some sort of setback. And that could be anything. That could be a relationship, divorce, family, whatever it is, right? You're going to have a personal setback that's going to really affect you, and you're going to have to deal with it alone. And that's what really sucks. But at the end of the day, just know that you're going to heal and things are going to be good. And there's gonna be accesses to just get you distracted during that time. If you got to watch Netflix that whole time, cool. If you've got to watch YouTube that whole time, even better. If you've got to play video games for that little while, great. But at the same time, think about like all the other stuff that you could do, minor little things that you could help to develop yourself, so you're not just like a complete sloth at the end of your recovery or at the end of your temporary setback. Actionable tip: break larger goals into smaller, attainable milestones can align with your current situation, such as improving mobility, gaining knowledge, or enhancing mental resilience. I usually say during the time of injury, that's the time to build your mental resilience, right? Like, I'd say that's 60% building your mental resilience and just knowing, okay, I'm going to recover from this. When I come back, I'm going to hit the gym harder. I'm going to be 1,000 times better. I'm going to train 1,000 times smarter. Take the time to look up YouTube videos on tutorials and things that you're training. So that way, when you go into the field of business that you're at, you're prepared, right? You've got it. You've got those little how-to tips already in your brain from weeks ago, and you've already applied them in your mental training. You could do mental training and spiritual training before you actually go out and do your physical training. And that's another thing too, because this martial arts is a spiritual sport and a spiritual craft, right? Like, martial is the law of destruction and protection, and art is art. Like, we're all familiar with that, right? And usually when I'm coaching a lot of these stunt performers and actors on set, or if I'm a performer myself with other performers, I usually tell a lot of the people that haven't trained stunt performing, yo man, you're very well trained in your martial, but we're on set right now and you got to put in that art, right? So yeah, that's the two different dilemmas of it, or the two dichotomies of it. Okay, cultivate that resilient mind state. You build that resilient mind state, you'll be unstoppable. And then when you get the body back, the 1 and 2, you know. Also, another thing too, I want you to think too, like, a lot of great players in the beginning of their careers started with a major injury, and it evolved them into incredible athletes. Like Michael Jordan broke his foot. Steph Curry had ankle injuries. I can't really think of a lot right now. I'm kind of more focused on this, but those are the two that kind of come to mind right away. I'm a huge basketball fan. I don't think you've noticed, but I am actually. I love basketball. Hopefully the viewership goes up and things get better. All right. Why it helps. A resilient mind state allows you to view setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than roadblocks. And the last thing you want to do in your journey to success is just have timestamps of roadblocks. And if you have timestamps of roadblocks, it's just going to completely discombobulate your whole flow and your whole like momentum. And in sport and in high performance and in corporate, professional, whatever it is, it's all about momentum. You build it, you ride it, and then you build some more, and you ride it, and you build it some more. And then if there's a little downtime, that happens. But if it's too long, people forget and move on, right? So Actionable tip: practice reframing negative thoughts and positive ones. For example, replace "I've fallen behind" with "this is a chance to come back stronger," right? And that's really what I was emphasizing earlier in my text. Journaling that would have journaling about that you've learned about setbacks can also foster growth and orient even like more high performance thinking at a faster pace. So with that final thought, make sure to document everything. You don't have to necessarily write it down. You don't have to like put it in your phone, but it's just something to put a mental check in. It's very important to keep that in mind, that we're constantly on top of like who we are as we're evolving into the person that we want to become. You can't just let things go stagnant, or you can't just dismiss things. Don't be mindless and don't be mindless, or clueless. You want to be really on top of like yourself as an individual. You are a professional, you are a performer, you are an athlete, an actor, an artist. But at the end of the day, you want people to respect you. You want people to acknowledge the fact that you put in the time and the effort into your craft. And these little steps in order to better yourself are going to help other people see that you're taking the time to improve yourself. So make sure when you're going through your mental health roadblocks and your journey to recovery and bettering yourself, you focus on these 3 tips for this particular topic today. And that was dealing with injuries, setbacks, and delays, and just going over the 3 little points. Focus on what you can control, very important. Second, define success during recovery. So the little bits of success are very important. And last but not least, cultivate a resilient mind state. That's super important. You need an unstoppable mind. An unstoppable mind is an unbreakable mind. Like I've said in the past, I'm 5'5", 135 pounds. I've gone against performers in like the stage combat world, in the martial arts sports world, in all types of fields, stunt competitions, and like I don't want to say well, actually I do. I'm a professional, right? So I ride with the best of them, and most of them are superhero sizes, and those superhero sizes are gigantic compared to me, right? So you could do it. I know you can do it. If I could do it, you could definitely do it, because I had nothing. You have a little bit of something. So if you feel like you have nothing, then you know you could do it, because I did it and you could do it. So that's really the point of this whole entire video series. Thank you again for everything. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to check out an upcoming video. I'm going to be dropping more videos. This is more of like a raw, uncut series, because I feel like I really want to start getting more personal with everybody out there. And I want you guys to know who I am as a person. And yeah, I'll be starting a new sense of theory and topic. But this for now is just really the mental health recovery and the comfort and love that we need, and the care. That's the most important thing, the care. I want to show that I care about you guys, because I do care about you guys. And like, my time as an athlete is coming to an end. My time as a coach is peaking. My time in film and media, God knows, I mean, like, things are so up and down, like, so I've reached the point where I have to give back. And you'll notice in my short series, it's all about the Master Khan quotes. And Master Khan is actually me. When I was adopted, my name was Khan. So when I coach, I'm under like the persona of Master Khan. So that's, a lot of my students identify me as that. And yeah, feel free, if these videos are too long, you just want to get to the point of a lot of these videos. I usually like document like the little quotes that I highlighted in my videos, and then I put them in those little short series, and I try to make them sweet for you guys. So thank you again. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay good. Thank you for the love and support. If you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. I'm on my journey to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I know we could do it, and I know you could do it, and I appreciate your help, because the more help I get, the more I can help you. All right, man, take care. Oh, all right, team, take care. Have a great one. Be good. Stay safe. I love you so much, and talk soon. Bye.